Yo, good afternoon, everyone. It's your girl Alicia coming to give you my review of last night's episode of Star entitled When Stars Fall. Now, let me just go ahead and say this review might be a little all over the place because, you know, y'all know. Well, yeah, I wasn't feeling last night's episode at all, and I told everybody as far as a fan perspective, I'm done with this show. But as far as the video, doing my videos, I'm still gonna watch and try my best to be, um, just try my best to be glued in as to what's going on, interested in some form or whatever. So, like I said, y'all know how I always done, and I'm gonna get right into it now. First things first, I want to start with where the hell is Jaden's mother? Okay, now the time frame between the season finale and the season premiere was like 2 or 3 days. So this baby has been kidnapped, and you telling me the mama hasn't been notified? And if she has been notified, why her ass didn't come around? So I found that to be strange. And so I'm like, oh, so Jaden's actually living with Carlotta and Cotton, because they were talking about, he didn't go to school again that day, so on and so forth. So I'm like, oh dang, he done moved in. I didn't know that happened. I was thoroughly shocked about the whole Jaden being there. Cotton is now a full-time parent. Not really sure what's going on with that, but the mother just have magically disappeared. Just like Marisol. She just vanished, you know what I'm saying, in damn thin air. Okay. Next thing I want to talk about. Now, this was the most irrelevant scene to me within the entire episode. The episode with Alex and Derek made absolutely no sense from the beginning of that scene to the end of that scene. Now, the scene was only about 25 to 35 seconds, but that scene should have been cut in the final round of editing. And this is what I mean by that scene. Now, we see the little white girl come out. She this chick said vanilla or chocolate or whatever. And of course, just like us, Alex was confused as to what this shit was talking about. But she was talking about, Noah and Jackson. And she said that Noah could have her panties and Jackson could have her vows. And I said, I think she just explained the relationship with Star, Noah, and Jackson to the T. Noah is someone who got them panties. Jackson is the one who wanted her vows or her love, her heart. So I thought that part was a little interesting as to how she would come off and say that. Now, this dialogue between Alex and Derek, when she was like, it's about you, it's always about me. What do you want to do? And she talked about his settlement check. Time out. So, some Dallas fans tried to come at me. Now, I have been very quiet. I ain't really been talking about Star. Really nothing like that. So this is why that scene meant it was just crazy. Now, if you do your research, go back to season 2. Season 2, episode 14 was the time that Ms. Ruby received a phone call regarding regarding Derek's settlement check. Episode 15, Ms. Ruby house started looking like a damn owl at Best Buy. She got the big screen TV. She got all this mess coming in. So I'm like, well, how much money, Miss Ruby, did you spend? And in all actuality, we do not know how much the check was. Granted. Now, fast forward to season 3, episode 10. Derek is just now getting to play with his money. So what the hell happened from season 2, episode 15 until season 3, episode 10. This is one of the main issues that I have with the writers of Star. They do stuff and it just does not make sense. This boy settlement check being here for forever, for months. And now he's just being able to make a purchase from his money. Make it make sense, Star writers, because y'all did a despicable job last night. I didn't really have any expectations. I wasn't happy. I wasn't excited or fired up to watch the episode because they did exactly what I thought they were going to do. Piss poor writing. And this particular time, this was really the first time I really saw piss poor editing when it came to the episode. And I'm going to go ahead and jump to this scene. That particular scene with Noah and Carlotta. I don't know how it looked on y'all TV, but how it looked on mine was it went to a commercial break. When the commercial break was over, you saw Noah like, what's going on? And I'm like, well, hell, why you mad? What happened? And I guess it was because Carlotta told him about Star getting arrested or whatever. But I'm thinking, why weren't we shown that? Because it looked weird. You come in from a commercial break and he on 100 and we don't know why. I'm like, it had to be some type of dialogue that happened before that. It had to be, because I'm like, it just doesn't make sense. He was so fired up. When the clip came back, when the show came back on, I was like, what he mad at? Like, I was confused, okay? I was utterly confused, you know what I'm saying, with that. But it was just the small things that they did that makes a huge difference in the overall flow of the show. Because the scene with Alex and Derek, it was no relevancy to the overall flow of the episode. It wasn't even needed. So for me, it's like, now what the hell y'all doing? Like, it just made no sense to me. Now, I got the shadiest comment on last night episode goes to probably somebody we overlooked. And for me, it go to that reporter. That reporter said, "You're the guy from the tape. What's it like to be Miss Crane?" Mr. Crane. I hollered, I laughed my ass off, because I'm like, damn. Diggity down. That thing was funny. I'm like, man, even the reporters don't respect Derek. For real, what's it like to be Mr. Crane? I was like, dang, man, that was foul. That was foul, but I loved it, okay? I absolutely loved it, because she's saying what all of us been thinking anyway. So I thought that was really, really funny. I really did. I thought it was hilarious. Now to the person who pissed me off the entire episode, and that was Simone. So I'm gonna just break down where she pissed me off at. First thing first, she pissed me off when it came to Jackson. Yes, Jackson was outside of the courtroom, and when she saw him, she ran to him and she was like, "Why weren't you in there?" Another timeout on the play. Now, like I said earlier, the time frame between the finale and the premiere was like, 2-3 days. So this hurt with Jackson is still fresh. It's still very, very much something that he's dealing with and going through, because for the past 6 months, he had been preparing himself to be a father. And then to come to find out that this child is not even yours. I'm like, Simone, you was in the ambulance. You was in the back of the ambulance. You saw firsthand this baby was black. Jackson was there. Nobody went to comfort him, talk to him, see how he was doing. Nothing. And to come at him as if your sister has not inflicted probably the worst pain this man has ever felt. I'm like, get the hell out of here, Simone. So I can honestly say Simone better be glad that nobody has hit her yet. And I'm actually pretty shocked that has not happened, because she's always jumping off on somebody and she has no merit to do so. That brings me back to Noah. When her and Noah are in the hospital room, and she's like, and he was like, this happened because, your sister popped off, whatever. And she was like, well, if your reports didn't come back with a problem, this ain't Star's fault. This ain't Star's fault. Partially. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to come back to that. Okay. And I'm trying to understand when Noah was like, you don't let your issues with me affect what's best for Davis. And I'm thinking to myself, what issue? I really want to know, what issue does Simone really have with Noah? It makes no sense to me. Like, grow the hell up, Simone. Grow the hell up. And if we remember correctly, Simone was the only one who knew that Noah was the one that got their song on the radio until Noah told Alex what he did. So I'm like, this man has proven time and time again he has issues, but at the core of Noah, he's a really good guy. So I'm like, since the writers keep interjecting this theme that Simone has an issue with Noah, please let us know what it is, because I'm curious to find out what the hell her problem is when it comes to Noah. Now, the third thing that got on my nerves with her is when her and Alex went to the skating rink. Now, you got this woman who y'all specifically went to talk to her and tried to persuade her to allow Take 3 to be in the running for this ASA, or to get the publicity to pump up the group before the ASA nominations come out. You get there and you downright disrespect this woman. Same old Take 3 situation. You get an opportunity, you I almost said the F word, you mess it up, and then when the lady came back to the studio to talk to Alex, you want to apologize? No. No, stay your little immature ass over there. That's why you ain't gonna win no ASA. That's why ain't no one wants to deal with them as a group because it's too much drama. Now, I I was kind of upset about the whole thing with Alex, and it's always as if she's in this tug of war with Take Three and her solo career. So my thing is, Alex is a solo artist. They all have the opportunity to go solo right now. She put out a single, and Maurice said her single had broken to the top 100, which I was happy to hear that she's actually getting some notoriety and some success on her own merit without having Star and Simone attached to her. So, and if we want to be honest, Simone really not needed in Take Three. I mean, it ain't like she's a big part of the group per se. As far as I'm gonna stop right there. It's not like she's a big part of the group. So, and then she had a little attitude, stormed away or whatever. And then at the end, gonna tell Alex, you're doing that feature or whatever the case may be. And I was like, you know what, writers, please get it together. Just please get it together. It's just too much imbalance going on, and this whole thing about these characters not being developed fully, because there's no reason why your characters should still be carrying themselves in the way that they were in season 1. Now let me get to Star. Of all the things that Star has done, of all the things that Star in her life, whatever, I can't take nothing away from Star because you came in my room, you over my child, and then you told me you killed my father. I would have whooped her ass too. Straight like that. I would have whooped and bump hitting you with a vase. See, this when you're dealing with old school and new school. I ain't trying to hit you with no vase. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick up the vase. I'm gonna crack it on the thing on the dresser. So I got a piece in my hand because you finna join my daddy. You and my daddy about to have y'all finna be bump bed up in hell because you finna join them. But neither here nor there, starting to kill him. I didn't like the fact that we didn't see Star get arrested. We don't even know what the hell she was charged for. And then this is the thing that gets me, okay? I just gave birth. Someone comes in my room and I'm fighting them. Do you not think that something is going on? Something has happened. Something provoked me to do that. And then for me not to get bail? Really? I'm like, man, that's the wildest storyline to me. Okay, she's in jail. Excuse me. But I really, really, really was like, I know they ain't finna put Star in jail for whooping Arlene ass. I can't remember which is which. But I'm like, I know y'all ain't finna get her in jail for that. For that? Yeah, it was for that. Excuse me. So I was a bit shocked with that whole thing. I really was, just how that happened. I'm like, she's a mom. Your instinct is to protect. And I have to deal with this woman who just probably gave me the most mind-blowing, shattering news one could get. It was just crazy to me how that whole thing went down. And I'm like, y'all ain't got no cameras. Ain't no cameras in the hospital. You can't tell what happened. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Just come on. I'm going to get back to that. Then with Maurice. Very funny that Maurice was the one who found Noah, flipped over in his car. And I'm going to just give it and say maybe they just happen to be going to the same spot. I don't know. They wouldn't. But anyway, he was the one who found him. And, one thing about Maurice, this was one of my second favorite scenes of last night's episode. When Maurice went to Mateo and he was telling Mateo that he had just released Gigi's album and all of this stuff like that. And Mateo was like, you released an album without consulting or without speaking to Carlotta? And he was like, I just wanted to show you that, basically I need more responsibility or that I can handle the pressure, so on and so forth. And he was like, you need to talk to Carlotta. And I was like, thank you, Mateo. I like you a little bit more now. And I mean, just a smidget. Because Maurice did that thinking, I'm finna go in here and I'm finna get my spot. I'm finna reclaim this position. But it's like, nah, bro, you got to go through proper protocol. And you telling Mateo that you did it to show him that you trying to prove yourself. And I'm like, no, all you did was show Mateo that you don't know how to follow proper protocol. You a renegade, and when your back is up against the wall, you gonna do whatever the hell you want to do. That's what you showed him. So I'm like, I was so happy. I'm like, yep, got your ass served to you on a damn silver platter. Chop, chop, eat, eat. I was happy about that. I really was. I was really, really excited about that particular part of the episode. Because normally Mateo, I don't, He pisses us off. But last night he made me very proud when it came to that. Which brings me to the last thing that pissed me off about Simone with this whole Mateo Angel situation. I'm like, and see, it just came out. I'm like, little girl, this man is helping you with your husband. He moved your husband to a place where he is safe, where he don't have to worry about deportation. And you acted so ignorant. And don't get me wrong, I know she got a lot of stuff going on. Her sister being locked up. You got a new nephew. You can't really focus on that because you got this stuff going on with your sister. I get it. I get it. But your experiences or what you're going through does not give you the right to take it out on anyone else. I don't give a damn what you dealing with. You deal with that internally, and then when you show your face to the world, you handle your business. You don't. Simone she struck a nerve with me last night. She struck a nerve. The writer struck a nerve because I'm like, y'all on the same old, same old. Now, like I said, I had a lot of people coming at me with the whole Daleks thing. I mean, excuse me, with the whole, just the whole episode in general, but Daleks fans in particular. Now, they was like, well, you say you don't like the show. Why you watching? I watch whatever the hell I want to watch. Period. I watch whatever the hell I want to watch. My issue is that the episode that we saw last night, that was not in no type of quality or caliber to a season premiere. That was like one of them filler episodes. Like that could have been episode 15 to 16. But to come out the gate with this whack ass episode, it is what it is. And somehow it was like, well, I bet you wouldn't have that same smoke if you had the opportunity to talk to Lee Daniels or the writers. Yes, the hell I would. I don't give a damn who they are. You put your pants on, your panties, your bra, whatever, the same way I do. I'm not wrapped up in stuff like that. It doesn't faze me. The only two celebrities I will ever like get, oh my God, over is Marvin Sapp and Brandy. And I already I seen Marvin Sapp. I ain't meet him. I think I was a little starstruck. But I just don't get hyped on people like that. And my whole thing is when you watch shows like This Is Us, like I stated, or you see these other shows and the writing is so spectacular, and you come back to this and you like, how can I even stomach this? And the sad part about it is you have fans who actually love the story, who actually love the overall theme of Star, and then it comes back on and it's piss poor. It really took a lot out of me to sit through last night's episode. I even tried to watch it again today to kind of get my mind prepared to do the review, and I couldn't even do it because I just didn't find it just wasn't interesting to me. And then we go back to Alex and Noah being in the same spot. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Now Simone and Alex are at the skating ring. Even when Noah is performing, I don't even think I saw them like go around. I don't think I saw them skating. No, and I know they talk or whatever, have a discussion on next week's episode. But it's like you following the same format that you did on part 1 of season 3. They in the same places, but there is no eye contact. There is no speaking. There is no engagement. It's sad. It's really sad. Let me see what else I put on this thing. Oh, now the storyline that really has interested me, which I think they're gonna really pull from this, and it's probably gonna be like the strength of the show, is this whole Cassie, Carlotta, Calvin, Christine storyline, which is so powerful. And the more and more we learn about Carlotta's character, the more and more my heart really goes out to her, because I'm like, damn, man, this chick done been through a lot. You know what I'm saying? Been through a lot. Been raped. You know what I'm saying, by your stepfather. You got pregnant by him at 14 years old. You lost a baby. Now with Christine, your mother's not believing you. She calling you a liar. When it comes to Calvin, I'm like, either this man is a damn good actor or brother just don't remember. Like, he really do have dementia or onset Alzheimer's. Like, you can tell. And I really believe he's being honest, because when he was talking to Cassie, he asked about his brother, which we found out through Cassie, his brother had died years before. So I'm like, and I thought that was deep and I thought that was powerful, because what happens when someone has damaged you like that and they don't even remember doing it? They have no knowledge of what they've done for you. How does the victim respond to that? And I think that's a good thing for them to talk about, because it's people like that I know people personally who have been raped or molested by family members, but that family member is no longer here. That family member has passed. So what do you do with that hurt? How do you get over that? So I think if they really, dig deep with that, they can really help a lot of people with that particular storyline. with Cassie. Now, this is the thing. To me, Cassie gonna be a wild card. And the reason I say that is because now Cassie has had so much anger and discontent towards her sister that now her feelings for Carlotta is she feels bad for what happened. She's sympathetic, she's compassionate, but now she's all that anger and discontent and hatred she had for her sister. Now it's been reflected onto her father. When she pulled that gun out, and we know Cassie is lethal enough to kill his ass. So I looked at that, but I was like, Cassie is very vulnerable right now. And that's how I believe that Xander is going to be able to penetrate, because it's like it's going to be a form of weakness, and her walls are going to be down, which is going to allow him easy entrance to do whatever the hell he want to do because her guards are down. She's not thinking about this because now she's emotional. Now Cassie is really feeling for the first time. So I find that interesting, that her being able to feel love and feel compassion is also, on the flip side, is going to be an area of weakness that someone else is going to use to do whatever the hell he want to do to her. So I think that's how that is going to happen. Like, I just thought that was a really good, they did that. I like that contrast that they did with that, but everything else, no. Nah. No, what else I put on here? Noah and Jackson. All right, now I understand Jackson being concerned about Davis with all rights. Hell, look who his parents are. And we're going to be honest, look who his parents are. I understand you having a genuine concern. But nigga, don't you ever show up at nobody's job questioning them about their parental skills. So I thought the way that they wrote that scene with Noah was very real. And Noah is not no violent person. You know, he's making these changes, and I thought he handled that quite well. Like, this is my son. And he made it very clear. I was glad. This is one of the things I was glad that the writers did. They made it very clear that Noah wanted nothing to do with Star romantically. All I want to do is be a father to my son. And he said that multiple times in multiple ways on last night's episode. So I was glad that they did demonstrate that for these Stoa fans. I thought that was a great thing that they did. And I think that Jackson got the point quite well when he, walked out of the studio. So, yeah, people asked me that I like the opening. Yeah, it was alright. I mean, it was alright. I don't know what y'all want me to say, but I wasn't really feeling it. I mean, it was okay. Had me bumping to me back, the Mary J. Blige, but that's about it. Speaking of Mary J., that I'm going down needs to go down in history as probably one of the worst renditions I've ever heard of that song. And no shade. I'm just being honest. I don't know if they're recording in a different studio from last season, but the production quality on the music has dropped, has fallen. And I'm like, the title is like When Stars Fall. That wasn't the only thing that fell. No, that music production just wasn't right. And I could tell because when you go to the studio and they make things full, when you listen to that track again, it sounds like it's very thin. Like something was off with it. I can't really pinpoint it, but it wasn't the quality of music that I'm used to hearing from Star or whoever do their music. I know Jonte Austin normally writes their music. He's like the music supervisor. I don't know who it is now. I have to go back and look at the credits, but I was very shocked. I was very shocked about that. I am waiting to hear Alex's song, Temptation, I believe it's called. I'm really, everybody was like, I wonder who this song is about. We know damn well who that song about. We ain't finna beat around the bush. We know exactly who that song is about. And so I'm definitely interested in next week's episode when this conflict arises between her, or this rivalry arises between her and Gigi, to see what really happens with that, what really brings that on. What issue do they really have going on? Is Noah the center of this issue they got going on? So I'm interested in seeing how they do that. What else I got? Derek. All right. Derek and Cassie. Now, did y'all hear what Derek told Cassie? This just dumb. He says, I came up on some stacks. had Derek say stacks like that. Brother just said right. You just told a gangster. You just told someone who practices illegal activity. Don't get it twisted. Cassie is very well still mindset of a hustler. You just told her you just came up on some stacks. What you think she gonna do with that information? So I'm excited to see what she gonna do with that information. I'm like, Derek, you talk too damn much. All you had to say was, this is a popping place in Atlanta, and I just want to be an investor. How can I get involved with helping you, expand or whatever? I'm like, nigga, you don't tell nobody that you came up on stacks. So now I know you got a couple of bands. I don't know how much, but you got something. Why would you tell her that? I said, Lord, this boy's just dumb. He just dumb all the way. Even when I try to be cool with Derek, you know what I'm saying? Because, and then him and Noah with this little scene they had, which I don't know what that was about or what they're trying to set up. It has to make sense. So I'm thinking, okay, we're going to find out why they included that in there, because it wasn't necessary. Because the last time we saw Derek and Noah together, it was an issue. Yeah, Derek was drunk, but you still approached this dude in a negative way. I ain't had no apology or, man, my bad for what happened, whatever. That wasn't the case. So I'm like, okay, I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen with that scenario, how that's going to work. So I'm like, are they going to get cool, close? And then Alex got to decide who she gonna ride with, who, I don't know. But it has to be a rhyme and a reason why they interacted the way that they interacted. So we gonna see what happened with that. And I believe, that's all I had. Like I said, I'm gonna do a better job at responding to people. Okay. So I see a lot of people, and it was something with my laptop, but and I don't want to respond to people all on my phone. However, I'm going to do my very best. I'm going to do a better job at responding to people who comment under my videos, because I've done a piss poor job. I could be honest with myself. So if you comment, I will respond to you. I will respond to you. That's my word. And, yeah, man. So y'all just tell me what y'all thought of last night's episode. I wish I had more to talk about, but I just really don't. And I do want to talk deeper about this. When Christine called Carlotta a liar, that's something that happens in a lot of cases when children, or even adult children, talk about someone has abused them sexually. A lot of times the person that they're telling, they already know. Like she said, they just don't want to deal with the responsibility of, I have to deal with what I've known and the fact that I didn't do anything to help or save you. So, I just want to tell people, if that's your story, if you've been sexually abused, sexually assaulted, you are not alone. There are so many people who share in that. And if you need to talk to somebody, or you need to just let it out, or you just need to write a letter to your abuser, or write whatever you need to do, therapy. I don't know why black people feel like therapy is I ain't crazy. Therapy is not for crazy people. Therapy is for people who want to get better, who want to better themselves mentally, spiritually, psychologically, all of that. You can do that. I actually really encourage it, because there's so many, especially black people, get abused and suppress it and don't seek help. So that's a serious storyline that they dealing with, and I hope and I pray they do it the right way, that people can be helped and people can be free from watching however direction they go within the show. So yeah, so y'all hit me up, man. Tell me, I already know how some people feel, but tell me how you liked last night's episode, what you thought about it, what you kind of see for the season. I've been asked, do I believe if Star's going to get renewed? I definitely do not. I strongly believe that this is their last season. So hopefully they end it out in a bang. And don't get hyped up when you see them doing promotions. That's what they're supposed to do. That's what they did last season. You pump it up, you make people watch. I told y'all when I did the season finale episode, I don't trust nothing they say. I don't trust nothing till I see it on my screen. So yeah, they've been doing this, they've been doing that. That does not equate to a good show. That's their job. They want to get their coin, which they got their coin, but they want viewers. They want to keep their job. They want their show to be renewed. I don't think it's gonna work, but you know, we shall see. We shall see. So everybody, you know what I'm saying, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Hope everybody have a good weekend, safe weekend. And just like always, I will holler at y'all later. One.